Ask mom when she gets ready. Ask mom when she puts down Luke.
Yeah.
Yo. Make sure we good. Do 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 do. All right, let's get it. Oh. Yo. What's going on, everybody? Pat, there he is. What's up, champ? Everybody good? Last week finished top 10 in a small 100-person single entry contest. Hey, man, congrats on that. Yo, we did pretty good last week. You know, the stacks we was talking about, the cash stacks, with the Eagles, Buffalo definitely was a play. Let's see, Najee Harris was a great value play that we picked up. Yeah, man, we did pretty good last week. And, you know, got some good stacks this week. You know, we got my Niners going against Philly. And I'm going all in with my Niners. I think the Niners are going to pull this one. Obviously, we feel like we got robbed in the championship game, having our quarterback get knocked out and everything fall apart. So I think it's a great stack, in my opinion, for the 49ers against the Eagles. Yeah, Pacheco, man, was a sleeper, right? We got Pacheco, Karen Williams dominated. Henry finally got Henry on the board. Finally, he did his justice on that. So we did pretty good. You know, we dissected the everything top and bottom last week. So hopefully, keep it rolling for this week. I think I was already looking into the week, and honestly, I feel like it's going to be less players that I'm into this week. But I have a great stack. I think, like I said, I think 49ers is a great stack against the Eagles, to where I like to pair up Purdy, Ayuk, also Kittle once again. So I think it's going to be a great game to watch. And we should have won that Super Bowl, man. So let's dive into this thing. Shouldn't be a long stream, but obviously things change. Family is in the other room, and let's try to get these plays knocked out. You know, so let's jump into it. As you can see, Draft Dashboard. If you're a new user, it is free up to 30 days, and on top of that, you get my plays using my link in the description on the live stream. It's definitely a helpful tool, especially when you want to make your plays on here, and you can export them to either Draftkings or FanDuel. CJ Stroud was, like I told you, he was my favorite cash play, and we had Dale in the mix, so he did well for that. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into each position. All right, let me get everything. Let's get everything locked in. All right, so of course you got CJ Stroud going against Denver. He's going to be the favored in the sense of cash plays. He's the most expensive play on the slate, which I feel like you don't have to pay up for this price tag. This is where I would jump off the plane here with my parachute, because I don't think he's a good spot here. But he is a cash play. Going against Denver is a 47.5 implied total in this matchup. I'm more likely going to fade this one. Going down to Tua. I think Tua is a great play for cash. He's 7,900 going against Washington. They're looking at a high implied total in this matchup with a 49.5 implied total. So it should be a great game. I think it's a great stack as well for Miami. You could pair him up with, Tyreek Hill. I think it's to be a great spot overall for both of these guys. It should be a game where they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, especially with Sam Howell, which he's 6,200, right underneath him. So good spot if you want to look into Sam Howell. Obviously, we're looking at Washington playing from behind. Then we know Sam Howell is one of those guys you cannot overlook. So 6,200 for him. I think it's a great play in this type of scenario where you're looking to pass the ball more so if they're behind. I like Tua. Sam Howell to me is GPP, but I think it's a great spot you also want to look at. I think it's going to be the highest implied total of the slate. But I do like this spot for him. Let's see. He is. Let me go to positions real quick. All right, cool cash. I like Tua. Sam Howell, GPP. Let me look at the stats real fast, just to double check everything. Yeah, playing at Washington, I think it's a great play. Washington is one of the bottom tier teams against quarterbacks, giving up 277 passing yards a game, around 22 fantasy points allowed. So obviously, like I said, I think it's a great spot to look at for Tua. Even this type of game script. Looking at Sam Howell going against Miami, they're allowing 234 passing yards, 1.5 passing touchdowns, 20.2 fantasy points went away to the position. So for his price point, I think Sam Howell is a great play overall. And also in big underdog games, he averaged around 23 fantasy points. So like I said, playing from behind, I think you have to look at Sam Howell going against Miami. But love Tua in this spot for cash. Alright. Let's see. And let's go down. Hold on for a second, y'all. I'm over here betting soccer. And Antwerp scored just now, so that should be money in the bank. All right. So we got Sam Howell. All right, let's go down. We have our guy Brock Purdy going against Philly. We know they leaking against the pass attack, and I think he's a bounce back play. Obviously, got knocked out in the conference finals, man. The conference game. It just felt like a simulation, like a Madden game. It just really felt like a Madden game, like just the way we fell out, man. It sucks. But he's in an amazing play. We know Philly's one of the worst teams in the pass attack. They give up 275 passing yards a game, 2.1 passing touchdowns, 25 fantasy points at home to the position. Love the spot for Brock Purdy. 6,100. I think that's too cheap of a play where we know they're going to go back and forth. Obviously, they could dominate. I feel like we should dominate in this game. Playing at, man, this should be a nice little spot where we shut them out. Shut the haters out at home. Brock Purdy. Love this spot for GPP. Love the price tag. Love the ceiling. Let's see. We're looking at. Let's see. He said, I went with the Houston stack. I had a bad feeling about Pittsburgh. I'm definitely watching the Eagles-Niners game. Yeah, man. Just the way we went out sucked, but love this spot back here for Brock Purdy for his revenge narrative. So love this spot for him here. As they give up a lot to the pass attack. So we have to exploit that. Alright, and then let's see, go down the list. Who else we could look at? Maybe Russell Wilson. You know, he's been quiet. I mean, he hasn't been giving up, numbers to where, he hasn't been getting up numbers to where, like, it's a optimal play. It's really not. But this is a spot where going against Houston, this is a nice spot to exploit here against Houston in the passing game. They give up 265 passing yards to the quarterback spot, around a 68% completion rate, averaging 18.6 fantasy points to opposing QBs. Russell Wilson, I mean, at 5,700, I will have some plays with Denver in this spot. Is a 47.5 implied total. So Russell Wilson, I think, is going to be a cheap spot to target where we can get some value here. But I do like Brock Purdy a lot. But I will also have a couple lines with Russell Wilson with Cortland Sutton. I think Cortland Sutton's in a good spot as well against Houston. So, all right, back there with Russell. I think he's a good GPP. Buffalo should have won last week. They should. I mean, but they are their worst enemy, right? It's like it seems like they can't do wrong. They can't do right. They find a way to lose the game. Even when Josh Allen, he put out I think we have Josh Allen in our cash lineups, which he was optimal. He had over 30, almost 40 fantasy points last week. But it just, they find a way to lose, which sucks. But like this play, I like that play with Josh Allen last week. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So let's go. Let me write down Russell Wilson. I think it's a great value spot for him. So like I said, man, I don't have that much cash spots. I like Tua, but other than that, I like Russell Wilson. I like Sam Howell, Purdy. Those guys to me I think this is a great value play for quarterbacks this week. The only guy I'm really sold on cash is Tua. Jalen Hurts, 8,200. I'm kind of off the train on that. He was our play last week, and he was a great play. He was 37 fantasy points. But going against our Niners defense, I don't know. I think we might give him problems. But, I mean, he still might do right. But at 8,200, obviously you want to pay that price. But you want to pay that price and hopefully get some upside in that matter. But having his ceiling game at 37 last week, I'm more likely going to fade Jalen Hurts this week for cash. Kyler Murray going against Pittsburgh is 7,000 is not bad. That's fine. Where's he at? In there? All right. And then Baker Mayfield going against Carolina. I'm more attacking the run attack in that matchup. As you can see, my cover guy is Rashad White. So I'm more likely going to use the game. I think that's a game script for the run attack against Carolina. Minshew, he was our GPP play last week. He did have 16 fantasy points. I mean, just for the value sense of it, he was a good value play. But other than that, I think that's all I have right now is those 4 guys. Tua, Sam, Purdy, Wilson. Those are my 4 guys at QB this week. Anybody have any say? But, yeah, I have a small list of QBs for the week. Should be nice and sweet, right? Hopefully. But, yeah, those are my 4 guys for QBs. Let's get into the running backs. Just let me know what y'all think about those four guys. Anybody else on your radar that you want me to dive into? Let me know. I mean, Bryce Young probably, but man, this guy's been garbage. But what did we talk about? Oh yeah, we talked about Stafford last week. He was optimal last week. I was like, he was playing against what he played against? He played against the Cardinals last week, and I was like, that's the game script. I'm like, this is the game where he should bounce back on, and he did. He did well. He actually was optimal play with Stafford. So but Bryce Young going against Tampa, like Tampa's that defense, just like Arizona, is that defense where they could bounce back at, right? So Bryce Young he's definitely in the air, y'all. I definitely like Thielen, but I can't. I'm on a train now to say I can't play Thielen. He's too priced up. I think they priced him down. Obviously, it could be a game script. Well, a lot of people will fade Thielen, but it's a great matchup going against Tampa, right? So Bryce Young could be a value play at 4,900. I'm scared to play him. I ain't gonna lie. I like the 4 QBs. All right, thanks, Pat. But like I said, I'm not sold on. I'm definitely not sold on Bryce Young, but it could be a play where going against Tampa, man, it's hard to fade going against Tampa. They're one of the teams that you want to target against. Let me just see. Yeah, they give up 285 passing yards a game. 19 fantasy points allowed to QBs. Bryce Young is in an amazing spot to bounce back. I'm just scared to play him, man. Like every guy that I think every quarterback. You got Minshew, he had 15. Purdy 26. Levis he only had 7. CJ Stroud had 40. Allen had 30. I mean, those are more like the elite type of quarterbacks, but Bryce Young, man, I guess it's more like the offensive line, but I wouldn't be surprised if he bounced back here, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I'll put him as a value play for QBs only because I'm scared. Like, I'm scared just to fade him, right? It's a good matchup for Bryce Young. I'm going to just put him as a value play. I would sprinkle him in just maybe one line with Thielen because it's a good matchup. It's going against Tampa, one of the worst teams in the pass attack. I feel like you could at least have one line with Bryce Young with Thielen. I think it's going to be a nice bounce back spot. He more likely might be like a 2%, 1%, maybe a 1.7% on. Who knows? But Bryce, he's in a good spot to finally bounce back. And hopefully the offensive line will help him in this matchup. But I think the run attack will be a factor for Tampa here. But yeah, I think that's about it on that end. Yeah, Bryce Young, he has been trash, but obviously with a trash organization, it comes along with it, right? I mean, he's a number 1 draft pick, but with the worst team in the organization, we do understand that. It's just that he's in a great matchup going against one of the worst defenses against the pass attack. So, Bryce Young, I can't say I'm going to fade you, man. I'm going to root for you. Hopefully bounce back here, give you 18, maybe 20 fantasy points. Give Thielen 2 touchdowns. Who knows? I feel it. I feel it in this play against Tampa. All right. I think I'm done. I don't want to go too far into it. I think this is a nice little stack for QBs. Let me go ahead and put my favorite stack for cash. I ain't gonna say cash, maybe. I guess, but I'm gonna go San Fran. Obviously, it's a game where we had I think it was Debo, and I forgot who he was talking trash, but it's good to have the type of mindset where we're talking our trash, getting the game, make the game get hyped up for, a potential game where we're going to come right back at it and knock them out in the championship game once again. So it's good that he's talking trash. So I think San Fran's a good cash play. I think they're cash. Only reason why I'm saying I'm thinking because, I mean, Brock Purdy is a nice value play, but I think Ayuk is around 7,000 again, and then you have Kittle's around 6,000. So obviously it's more of a cash spot. So I think San Fran's a great cash spot as a nice stack play. Let's get into running backs. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to pause every time we're gonna do a next segment. I'm gonna pause it. Give me some time to get into the next slate. Get to the next position. Give me time to relax for a little bit. But let's get into the running backs. Of course, you got Christian McCaffrey paying up $9,000, which I'm not paying up $9,000 for him. I think he still do well. I just think it's a spot where you could get some value plays here. Like we said, Rashad White, like this spot against Carolina. He hasn't done well in his previous years against them, but obviously, with a new team, finally they understand that they need to get the run attack going for Tampa, and he has been doing well. He has a nice floor. He's averaging around 12.9 fantasy points a game this season. He has 5 touchdowns, 4 in the past 4 games, I believe. And Carolina is one of the worst teams against the run attack, averaging 111 rushing yards a game to the position, around 32 fantasy points as well when they're away. It just seems like a great spot for Rashad White at 6,300. It looks like his ownership is roughly around 16, so could be a cash spot around his price tag at 6,300. We did talk about Ramondre Stevenson. He was our play last week. He had 22 fantasy points, and he dominated like we thought he would. So that was a good spot that we had for Stevenson. Let me go ahead and type him in. I think he'd be more cash spot. And cash, White. Next play I do want to look at is Jaylen Warren going against Arizona. I think it's a good spot where I looked at Harris last week. It just seemed like he was a bounce back game for him to do well. I think this is a game script for Jaylen Warren at 6,500. This is a good spot overall. Arizona's one of the worst teams to the run attack, giving up an average 120 rushing yards a game, 26 fantasy points allowed to the position. Should be a dominant spot for Jaylen Warren. He is averaging only 10 fantasy points so far into the season, but he's averaging around 15 in the last 4 games. He just had a big game against Cleveland, 18 fantasy points against the Packers. So this is a nice grip where Jaylen Warren should bounce back here. Obviously, a lot of people gonna go either him or Harris, but I think just the long stride of Jaylen Warren, he's one of those guys, man. He's a just the way he runs the ball. He's a ground pound type of running back. I think he could just hit you with a nice 30, 40 yard touchdown and keep it rolling for the rest of the game. And they want to keep him moving. So I think Jaylen Warren is a cash spot. 6,500 is up there, but he's due for a big game like he played against Cleveland, which even in that spot wasn't an easy spot. So like this play for Jaylen Warren for his price point. This could be a play where I might look at 3 running backs in my stack for the slate after I get another guy I'm looking at. But we got some good running backs. I think you have a good 3-man stack for running back, especially at the flex position. But yeah, let me go. Okay, so third guy I want to look at is Devin Singletary. I like the price tag against Denver. This is another game to target the run attack against. Denver is one of those teams you want to attack against the run. That's the reason why I don't really like the pass attack for Houston. Obviously, this could go wrong. I mean, if they're behind and they can't get the passing game going and or the running game going, this could be a bad game for Houston. But I think with Devin Singletary, he has been real good so far. I think in the last 4 games, he's been real critical here for the squad. Let me see. He is... look him up. Okay, where is he at? I'm not sure why he's not popping up in my stats. Oh, there he is. Okay, so going against Denver, they're 24th allowed touchdowns, last in against the run attack. They give up 133 rushing yards to the position. That's insane. Around 40 fantasy points went away. I mean, he had 2 big games. He had a game against Bengals. He had 22 fantasy points. He had 18 against Arizona. He didn't have a good game against Jacksonville. He only had 10. But in the last 3 games, he's been getting the volume. He's getting the carries. I think he had 30 carries against the Bengals. He had 22 carries against Arizona. And those are the 2 teams where you want to target. And we're going with another team where they're probably the worst team against the run attack is Denver. So love this play for Devin Singletary. I just want to double check and see if, what's his name? Damian Pierce, I believe. Is he on his son? I just want to double check and see if he's not a factor. Let's see, Pierce. Just a moment. I'll be right back. I can't find. All right, sorry about that. We have my little nephew, and he's only 8 months. So we got a lot of kids in the house right now. So I thought I heard him crying, so I just want to double check on that. But yeah, Pat said Warren versus Carr's defense, great matchup for him. And like I said, I like Devin Singletary. I like the price tag for him here. I see a good selling spot for him as well. So let me go ahead and plug them in GPPs. Singletary. All right, another spot. Is there anybody else? Jalen Warren, we talked about. Singletary, Najee. He's up in the air. Jamar Gibbs against New Orleans. I liked him here, but I don't know what they want to do with him. He's been on the slight decline lately. You know, he had big games with Baltimore. He had 23 against Baltimore, 27 against the Raiders, 24 against the Chargers, 18 against the Bears. Then he had 9 against Green Bay. But going against New Orleans, they're also another team you want to target against. He is averaging 15 fantasy points for the season. I just don't like the price tag. I think he's a cash spot in my opinion. But going against the Saints, they allow 90 rushing yards to the position. I'm just not really sold on him. But I think he is a spot to consider to bounce back on. But he's been critical lately. And we got to look at the news with David Montgomery because, he's also been a great play as well. He's 6,500. He had 15, 18, and 21 in the last 3 games. So both guys look like they're in good matchups. It's just that we know with David Montgomery, he has that foot injury. And that's why I'm not real sold on David Montgomery because he's one of those guys, if he gets, he can get it rolling, but then he get injured, with the whole, notification, getting that notification that he's in a medical tent. Knock on wood. I don't want to knock that on anybody, but man, it is hard to plug in David Montgomery knowing the status with his injuries. But Jamar Gibbs, he's one of those guys where he could, he basically takes, he gets the upside when he's not playing, right? So David Montgomery is hard to just set it from David Montgomery. But New Orleans is a team where you want to target against a run attack. I'll say Jamar Gibbs is more of a cash spot. I don't know if I really want to play this guy. I really don't know if I want to play him. Oh, let's see. We got Derrick Henry going against the Colts. This is another potential spot here, but even I was looking at the game. It takes a while for him to get going with this type of offense. It just seems like he's really trying hard just to get himself going in this style of offense, and that kind of concerns me. And going against the Colts, and I feel like I like the Colts defense here. He did show that he was dominant previous years against the Colts, playing at Indianapolis. In 2019, he had 22 fantasy points. 2020, he had 37 fantasy points. 2022, he had 22 fantasy points at Indy. So he shows he has good history there. It's just this type of offense is hard to plug in. But they are a team to target. They allow 100 rushing yards to the running backs. So Derrick Henry is a play, but I'm not paying this price tag. I think he's like 8,200 on FanDuel. What is he on Draftkings? Where is Henry at? 68. He's going to be obvious cash, but I'm not going to play Derrick Henry. I just mentioned 3 other running backs I'm more comfortable playing to where I don't want to play him. I'm going down the list. Maybe Brian Robinson going against Miami. He had 8, 20, 31 in the last 2 games. See his price tag. Yeah, I'm more likely not going to play him on this one. Miami might shut that down. I think Miami's going to shut that down, force the throws. I'm going to pass on that. Oh, yeah, Dameon Pierce. Yeah, he's Houston. Okay, so he is Houston. What about Dameon Pierce? Is he a play? He's not getting any targets, so I mean he just is he only had 6 touches for 18 yards, 11 snaps. It's gonna be a tough play. I'm not sure if he'll get more snaps coming back out of his injury. I think he was gone for 3 games. They lightly played him in the Jacksonville game. He only had 5 carries, 14 yards. Going against Denver, like I said, with Singletary, I'm not sure if it will affect him as much. They might ease him into the offense. So I'm not as worried about Dameon Pierce coming back. I think that's about it. I'm trying to see about Bijan Robinson going against the Jets. I'm going to fade that playing the Jets. What about Zach Moss? Do we got news with? It's gonna be a chalk game for Zach Moss. Okay, so we know that Jonathan Taylor, he's out with the thumb injury. So obviously he's gonna open up a lot for Zach Moss here. I think Zach Moss. Yeah, going against Tennessee. He's only 4,600. I think it's a real chalk play. But obviously the value's there for Zach Moss with the only one in the backfield. He did have 32 fantasy points last time he played them. He had 2 touchdowns, 23 carries at home against Tennessee. And I think that was week... what week was that? That was week 5. So obviously it's going to be a chalk spot, but I think it's a great value for Zach Moss without Jonathan Taylor again. So Zach Moss, 4,600, I think is a real cheap play, but you definitely want to sprinkle some Zach Moss in your lines without Jonathan Taylor playing. Taylor out, and then I think the value play will be Zach Moss. I think cash will be Henry on the other end of the field. All right, anybody else that we're looking into? I think I kind of broke it down as much as I like it. Let's see, Eckler going against the Patriots. I'm not really sold on. Karen Williams against. I think that's reach. I think I'm reaching on that one, so I'm not going to play that one for Karen Williams against the Browns. Yeah, I think I'm done. Let me know what y'all think on the list for the running backs. Let's go into the receivers. right, let's get into the receivers. Want to pay up? We do have Tyreek Hill. I mean, 96 on DraftKings. He is 10,000 on FanDuel, which is crazy. But Washington's giving up almost 200 receiving yards to the position, around 35 fantasy points allowed. So obviously, it's a nice spot for Tyreek Hill, but he's gonna have to hit you with that 30 piece to pay up his price tag. Let's see positions. Let's see. All right, so we got Tyreek Hill. If you want to pay down, you got Jalen Waddle for 7,600. He has 78 on FanDuel. I think this is a spot where, you could play both. I think both our guys are in play. You want to go Hill and Waddle just for the price tag. Obviously, we got to find values to make this make sense, right? But Tyreek Hill and Waddle are in play going against Washington. But more likely, if you can't fit Hill in your lineups, then go Waddle, obviously, for a cheaper rate. Keenan Allen going against Patriots. I'm not sure if I want to target that. Chris Olave going against Detroit. He is questionable. I'm not sure what's going on. He's still in. He has a concussion protocol. All right, so let me go ahead and go to the injury list, because if he's out, I think Shaheed is still in play, and also AJ Perry. I think he's a great value play, so we gotta look into that, because that could definitely open up some value with the Saints. So Olave is questionable with the concussion protocol. So I could open up some value in the pass attack. So I gotta keep in mind with that. I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think it's another spot where he could dominate here. He's 8,500, but on FanDuel and DraftKings, they got him at, where is he at? Oh, he's DraftKings and FanDuel, same price tag, but man, he got a great ceiling. The last two times, he had good spots. He played Tampa. He had 24 fantasy points. Against the Chargers, he had 26 fantasy points. And going against New Orleans, I mean, they're not really giving up to the receivers. Only 136 receiving yards. But I do like this spot. For Amon-Ra St. Brown for 85. So if you want to pivot from Hill, I think still Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great play. Just for cash. So it seems to me, already looking into our slate pattern, right? We have value quarterbacks, value running backs, and then I think this is where we have to pay up, right, to get some good plays in the receivers. So I think this week receivers will be higher priced in your lineups, but we have value elsewhere where it could help. But I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown as cash, but I do like, even though he's priced up, I do like the spot for him to be a great play, to be pivoted if you don't want to go to Hill. Obviously, rightfully so, right? For his price point, it's ridiculous. But I do understand why you could pay down to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Terry McLaurin, he's been, I don't know what to say with him, man. He's been in good spots. He had great ceilings to look into, but I'm not sure if I'm going to target this spot for him. But obviously, we're looking at Sam Howell to be an underdog play. Then we looking to see if St. Laurent could be a play, but it seemed like Dotson or Curtis Samuel is those guys that for value. It seemed like that is the route we want to look at because he's not targeting. I mean, he is probably targeting McLaurin. Look at McLaurin. He's getting the targets, but he's not getting touchdowns, right? He has 11 targets last game, 7, 8, and the last 3 games. So he's getting the targets. He's not getting any production out of them. He only had 9, 9, and 7. Guaranteed, if he was to get a touchdown, it does give him value, right? He's 5,500 in the game script where there's a high implied total here. Terry McLaurin, it's hard to fade him, but rightfully so because he hasn't been producing well. But you got guys like Jahan Dotson. He's 4,600. He had 10 and 11 in the last 2 games. It's like I feel like you might have to pivot to like a Dotson for value. Even Samuel, but Samuel's one of those guys from the backfield. He had 12 targets last week for 22 fantasy points. Not sure that's going to happen again, but just a value point of view, 4,100 for Curtis Samuel, 4,600 for Jahan Dotson. Playing in the game script where they're more likely going to have to throw the ball. I think Dotson's a great spot. I even think McLaurin is, but it's hard to play him if he's on. He's more expensive and not producing. So just for the value standpoint, I do like Dotson and Samuel. I just gotta double check on this, but I do like the value standpoint for him. I'm just going to double check on it. Curtis Samuel. They're one of the teams you target. Going against the receivers, they allow 158 receiving yards to the position, 29 fantasy points, win away. So yeah, Curtis Samuel's a spot. It's just hard to play him, but I think Dotson, Jahan Dotson's a spot too. 59, and he's cheaper on FanDuel. So you got, I think, 6,100 for Samuel, and then 5,900 for Dotson. I think I like Dotson for value more so. So looking at him, Dotson's a risky play. They could mean good things for Dotson, but he's hard to rely on consistent option. So they're saying he's a risky play, which I'm not sure why he's a risky play. Who else is going to throw to? Got Byron Pringle. He ain't doing nothing. Yeah, it seems like Dotson or Samuel's a spot here. I like them both for value. You see, is it De'Ami Brown? He's not really doing anything. So Jason Crowder, I forgot he was even playing. Jason Crowder. I don't know about Jameson Crowder either. It just seems like they got so much going on. He's just throwing it to anybody at this point. But you got Jalen Ramsey. So, okay, I forgot about him. So, Jalen Ramsey more likely going to be on McLaurin. So, it does open up Dotson and Samuel. I'm more likely, I like Dotson more so for value. Yeah, I'm just stick to that. I think I like that better. Going to next plays. Let's see who else we got on this list. Tank Dell, I guess he's questionable. Limited in practice Friday, headed to week 13. I'm not sure what's going on with him. Nico Collins, Let's see what Tank Dale's about. Mike Evans, 8,300. Going against Carolina. Ooh, I like Mike Evans. Chris Godwin is questionable. What's going on with Chris Godwin? So I can't. That's why I say I can't trust Chris Godwin. He is, but he's in a great spot against Carolina. I just cannot trust Chris Godwin. Game time decision. He has a neck injury. What's going on with him? All right, so let's put him on my injury list. We have Godwin. He is questionable. So I do open up for, if anything, that does open up for Mike Evans. Maybe Trey Palmer for value. Favorite stacks. Who else I was just talking about for stacks? Will be cash. It will be Miami, San Fran. Those should be it. All right. We got Thielen again. I don't know what to say with him. This is a spot, like I said, this is a spot where you should target him, man. Going against Tampa, they give up almost 200 passing yards. 200 receiving yards. This is a game script where Thielen is once again in a great position. It's just can they what's the word? Can they produce, right? 6,600 is cheaper, better than last week. I think it was like 7,000 some change. I think it was like 7,600 last week. So you get a better matchup, and he's $1,000 less. I think you have to look at some Thielen action. He is a GPP play. It's hard to trust him, but obviously that opens up for less value, less ownership. But it's a good spot once again for him. I think it's GPP all day is Thielen. I like the whole thing. It's just the whole, and it brings. And the reason why I'm like I can't fade it, because this is what I was talking with Stafford. I was like, if you're looking at Stafford against Arizona, this is the game where we see so much that could go right for them, right? And this is the same type of mindset going for Carolina against Tampa. We see so much green light for Bryce Young and Thielen to ball out. And this is a game where we're like, he burned me last week, he burned me the week before, and then this week he just goes crazy. And he's like, I forgot I ain't play him. And I don't want to do that, right? I just want to at least still have him in my lineups. I feel like this is a play where you have to look at him. For sure, you have to look at him. I like this play a lot for him. Yeah, gotta go Thielen. Tank Dale, I like him as well. Going against Denver, he's been balling out and playing at home. He had his big game against Tampa, which we know you have to target Tampa. He had 26 against them. He had 24 against Arizona. That's another team where you target against the pass attack. And then he played Jacksonville. He had 14. Now he's going against Denver. But they don't really give up to the position. They give up around 136 receiving yards to the position. But for his price point, I do like this play for Tank Dale. Let's see. So, yeah, it says Tank Dale says he's playing against the Broncos. I guess he has a calf injury, but he says, I'm good now. The rookie sensation picked up a questionable tag this week, putting up 2 limited practices on Thursday and Friday. But, yeah, he's in a good spot. You got Noah Brown has a knee injury. He looked like he's going to return. Broncos defense has allowed the fewest half PPR fantasy points to opposing wideouts during their 5-game winning streak. So, even though I like the spot for him, it looks like it's not a good play. I mean, for 7,400, right? 7,400. He is 8,200 on FanDuel. I mean, it's not a ideal spot, but he is a play where you want to pivot from the whole tank. Tyreek Hill, obviously you got Tyreek Hill's an amazing play, but you still got good positions where you have Tank Dell. You want to pay down from Hill. He's a play where he could give you 20 plus for his price point. I would look towards. I think he's a good cash play. Is Tank Dell. I just don't see Stroud paying up his price point over $8,000, but Tank Dell still a spot to look at. But he is questionable, but they say he will play, so I'll just keep it moving on that. So Nico Collins. I do like Cortland Sutton going against Houston on the other side of the field. They give up 162 receiving yards to the position. So Cortland Sutton for 5,400 to me is real intriguing. He is getting the targets. He has 6, 5, and 11 in the last 3, 9, 17, 18. And for his price point, I love this play for Cortland Sutton. Just a great price tag all around. But he could be a factor in that game script. So I do want to look at Cortland Sutton for the price point. I think he's a great value, but overall, he's still a good GPP because he could hit you with an 18 piece for his price point. That's what we want. We want guys as price point to give you at least 15 and up if he's 5,000. So Sutton's in a good spot. Got Brandon Ayuk. Like I said before, I think he's a great play. He is priced up. He's 8,000 on FanDuel. I think he's 72 on Draftkings. Yeah, 72, but man, he's in a good play. Like I said, it's a 48 implied total, so it's right behind the Miami game in a sense of the highest implied total for the slate. So Brandon Ayuk is a great play at 7,200. He's one of those guys that can hit you with a 20 plus piece. Like I stated against Tampa, Tampa game, I told you he was going to go off. He went off for 24 that game. This is another play where going against Philly, they're one of the worst defenses against the pass attack. They give up almost 200 passing yards to the position, around 44 fantasy points at home. I think it's a great play to look at Brandon Ayuk here. Just for his price point at 7,200, I would just lock him in. But like I said, I think he's a great play to pivot from the chalkier receivers for the slate. Even though he's 7,200, I definitely think he's GPP because of the whole Hill and St. Brown plays and Dell. I think he'll get overlooked easily. Even though he has a high price point, he'll be overlooked easy here. So I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk at GPP. He can easily give you that 20 plus piece. In the game script where it's going to be a back and forth type of mindset here. Let's see who else we're looking at. We need some value plays. I said Mike Evans. Just put him in. I'm just going to put Mike Evans in there because just the fact that Chris Godwin, if he's out, it just opens up more for Evans. But I definitely think Evans is more of a cash spot. Just for his price point. I think where is he at? Where is he at? Jerry Judy, what's up with him? He could be value. Oh, might have to look. We might have to look at some Jerry Judy action. Where's Mike Evans at? Type Mike Evans. Yeah, he's 7,700. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Mike Evans alone. I'm just not sold on it. I'm not sold on the play. I like Chris Godwin more. It's just his history against Carolina. I like Godwin more here, but I also see things change with the type of quarterback with what's his name? Mayfield. All right, another play for value. I do like Dortch, Chris Dortch. Is his name? Greg Dortch. Yeah, 12 and 14 in the last 2 games, 9 and 8 targets in the last 2. He's finally getting looks other than McBride. So Greg Dortch, I mean, he's only 3,700. He's real cheap. I think he's a nice gem spot going against Pittsburgh. They're allowing 181 receiving yards to the position, and he's getting a lot of targets. So going to plug in Greg Dortch for the value. I think this is the play where you have to consider who's out. Somebody's out. Wilson's out. Who's Wilson? Oh, Michael Wilson is out. Ooh, that's why he's been balling. And he's out again. Oh. I think we found a gem, y'all. I think we found a gem with Greg Dortch, 3,700. Michael Wilson is out. In the last 2 games, Michael Wilson's been out. This is where Greg Dortch has been balling at. And he's out again. So I think this is where we have to set it and forget it. This is our gem play. Yeah, Michael Wilson. Wilson is out. So that opens up for Greg Dortch. Love this play. I think he's a sleeper. This is our gem play of the week. So just for the value, you gotta go Greg Dortch. He's a gem, 3,700. I think it's too cheap, and he's been getting the targets since he's not been playing. So I think you have to set it and forget it with Dortch. Mr. Dortch. Yeah, he's the play right there. That's the play. Yes, that is the play. All right. Yeah, that's the play right there. So then, who else we looking at? DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see what he's about. You got Devontae Parker going against the Chargers. I think that's about it. I'm gonna double check on. Jerry Judy. He is questionable too. So Jerry Judy, low upside flex. He has a groin injury. Practice full on Friday. Will play on Sunday. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what happened with him. Dealing with a groin injury, but he said he'll play. Garrett Wilson, is he a play? I don't know. Can't trust that offense. DeAndre Hopkins, what are we doing with him? Going against Indy. He had 24. That was 2019. That's the last time he had like a 24 game. He had 2 touchdowns. Obviously, things changed since then. Just for 7,000 on Draftkings. I mean FanDuel. 61 on Draftkings. So -1 spread. I don't know, man. Hopkins could be a value, could be a nice spot for him. I just can't seem to pull the trigger on it. I think I'm done with this spot. Let me know what y'all think. I think we got a great pool of guys for the receivers. We got a nice gem spot for Greg Dortch at 3,700 on DraftKings. I think he's 52 on FanDuel. Yeah, Dortch is a good value. Could be good value. So I think he's a great play. Yeah. So I think that's it on. Let me know what y'all think. Anybody to also look into for receivers before we get to the tight ends. Y'all let me know, because we're about to go right into it. We're almost done. I think there's only a couple guys I like here on the tight end side. But like I said, I'm targeting my squad. I think Kittle and Yuck is going to be that stack that we've been looking for. Like I said last time, I think it was the Tampa game, which I told y'all they're going to ball out on. I think it's another game where we're going to ball out again. So George Kittle, he is up there in price, but I mean, he could easily hit you in the head with another 20 piece. I mean, he had 19, 19, 18 in the last 3 games. I think I'm looking at it in FanDuel. Hold on. Yeah, I'm looking at everything in FanDuel. No wonder the price is different. Hold on. Yeah, he had 5, 23, 24, 27 on DraftKings. All right, that's different. But yeah. But anyways, George Kittle, great play against Philly. One of the worst teams against the tight end spot, giving up 14 fantasy points at home to tight ends. And obviously, he's like a receiver 2 on the Niners, right? So he's one of those guys, long stride, could dominate this field with a Yuck here. So back here for Kittle. I think it's a great play overall. He's averaging 15 fantasy points in the last 4 games. Finally, again, the offense is finally being utilized to the caliber that it deserves, right? So, definitely like the spot for him here. So, I'm going to go Kittle for cash. Rightfully so. But still, good play for him here. All right, Kittle, cash. All right, next play. I do like Sam Laporta. How much is he? He's up there in price too. 5,600 for Sam Laporta. And a good play against the Saints. They allow 70 receiving yards to the position, around 16 fantasy points as well to the position. He's just up there in price, just like Kittle, but I'd rather pay up for Kittle in my opinion. He had 2 touchdowns in the last 4 games, 5 touchdowns for the season. Yeah, 5,600. He had his big game last week against Green Bay. He could be a trap. I really don't know about this one. I'm kind of like iffy on that one. All right, let's keep going. We got David Njoku, 4,100. I think it's a great value play for what he's been doing. Going against the Rams is one of the teams you want to target against the tight ends. They give up around 60 yards to the tight end spot, around 11 fantasy points to tight ends. He's getting the targets. It's definitely a good spot for him. Yeah, he's just too cheap to pass. He's giving you over 10 fantasy points with his price point on DraftKings. So I'm going to go here for value. I think Njoku's a good spot to look at. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate that. Love the receivers and Dortch as a gem. Gotta have those gem spots, man. But I like Njoku. I think he's a great play. I'm not on, I guess, for GPP, but in the sense for value, I like Njoku. Who else is a good play? That's only two. I think those are only two guys. Is like there's like those are the only two guys I see that popped up on the on my radar. Those are the only two guys. I need at least one more, man. Maybe Hunter Henry, maybe Hunter Henry. I don't know. I guess the whole narrative against the Chargers, he's playing against his Chargers. He is cheap. Let me see. Hunter Henry. Yeah, I think this is more so the narrative of a revenge game. So 3,100 for Hunter Henry going against his former team. I mean, who else he's going to throw to, right? I don't know who else he's going to throw to. I mean, he hasn't been doing well since the Washington game. He had 11 fantasy points, which I think I called that game. I think I said he was going to ball out that game. But he only had 11 fantasy points, and he is cheap. He's 3,100. So I guess for the sake of, you know, he's going against the Chargers, right? The Chargers are one of the worst teams against the tight end spot. They give up 15 fantasy points to the position, around 65 receiving yards to tight ends. I think you have to look at the spot. He had a dud last week, but definitely could bounce back here. He had, I don't know, was he injured? I mean, he didn't have nothing last week. He didn't do anything last week. Yeah, I think Hunter Henry, just for the sake of better matchup, going against his former team, I think it's a great play. I'm going to go Henry. Great value. Value. Pat said Brevin Jordan, cheap. Dalton Schultz is out. Interesting. Why didn't he pop up? Oh yeah, Brevin Jordan. But the thing is, oh no, Jordan Atkins. I think he left. Yeah, he got traded, I think. Oh yeah, this is a good spot for Brevin Jordan. Oh, Joe Flacco. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's take out Njoku. I forgot about Joe Flacco. Why can't they just pick up Cam Newton? What's up with them? What have Joe Flacco been doing lately? What's he been doing? There's no reason why you should have Joe Flacco. I mean, at least have some type of like intrigue. No, just some type of sense of like picking up a Cam Newton or what's his name? My guy Kaepernick. I mean, these guys they showing you that they're ready, but I guess it's the whole point of like the whole sake of media. I think that's the whole part. The whole problem is there's too much hype in media to where it's going to be is more so a nuisance for the organization. But it is a good spot for Brevin Jordan. Yeah, this is definitely a good spot for him. Denver's one of the worst teams against tight ends. 15 fantasy points allowed, 71 receiving yards allowed. Yeah, this is the spot you definitely want to look at right here. Yeah, definitely sleeper. Yeah, price is too cheap. I think this is definitely a GPP play for Brevin Jordan. I'll say GPP for Jordan. It's definitely this could be a nice little ceiling play. I'm gonna go ahead and put Stroud at cash, just because I see opportunities for him to still do well here. You got Dale in play, you got Jordan in play. There's definitely a spot where CJ Stroud should still be a good cash play. Yeah, thanks for that, Pat, man. All right, appreciate that, man. We got a nice little gem. We got 2 gems. Okay, got 2 gems. Shout out to Pat on that. I appreciate that. It was good news right there. But I mean, I think honestly, I still think Joe Flacco is still a good spot for Njoku. Usually, when you have you have backup quarterbacks, they always trust in their tight ends, obviously. So I still think Njoku's still a great play, only because you have a backup quarterback that's going to trust in the tight end, right? More so the receivers. I'll still say Njoku is in a good spot. I'm still put him there because regardless of who's at quarterback, they're going to trust in the tight end more. That's their scapegoat, their security blanket, perhaps. So I still say Njoku's still in the spot. I mean, he could easily have over, eight receptions in this game, 6 to 8 receptions, just in the sake of small passes, but just for his price point, I think those are still good plays to where he could bounce. He could have a good game regardless. I think just getting enough volume towards him makes him a good play. So I still put Njoku up there in price. All right, I think. What y'all think, man? I think we're done. We got some good gems on that. Let's go ahead and put my injury list. We have Schultz. Out. All right, so I need a GPP stack. What's a good GPP stack? After going through everything, right? I think a good GPP stack will be. I don't think I have a good GPP stack. I don't have a GPP stack. I think my favorite stack in general is. I think the best stacks is Miami and Niners. I think those only 2 in stack. Maybe the Lions, but they're not. I mean, they're all cash, but maybe the Lions. But even my thing is that the Lions are still priced up and still a high in price tag. I would say maybe Broncos. Chargers, Rams. I don't know, maybe Panthers. I don't see a good stack with Panthers, but maybe Panthers. Bucks. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna just leave it with these 2 teams. I think Miami and San Fran are the only 2 teams I like favorite. My favorite stacks are only those 2 teams. I'm gonna say GBP. I don't have one. I'll say maybe Carolina. Maybe Carolina. Just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna say Carolina because, like I said, I think Bryce and Thielen, but that's not really a stack, right? I don't know. Maybe Mingo. I don't know who else they go throw it to. I don't know. I think just for the sake of the video, I don't know, man. I don't see anybody. I would say Detroit, but Detroit is priced up. They priced up, and let me see what's golf about. What's golf going against the Saints? They're cash. I mean, they're priced up. So I would say favorite stacks will be. I'll put Detroit in there because I still like Detroit. I think it's a good spot for cash for Detroit. He said, Pat said, I think Carolina will be a very low owned stack. Very, 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 very low. Very, very low. 0.5% owned stack. Yeah, oh man. Maybe Washington? I'll say Washington. Yeah, I'll say, let's do that. Let's go put Washington in there. Carolina, let's put Washington. I think Washington, just for the sake of the fight back, I think Washington's a good stack. Yeah, I like Washington. I think Washington should be is a good one, GPP wise. Because everybody is cheap. You have McLaurin. I think we should still sprinkle McLaurin. I think we might have missed out on a good spot here. So I'll say, yeah, McLaurin, Dotson, Robinson. I think we got a good spot where Howell, we got a great value in the sake of their in their offense, playing from behind. More likely they're gonna play from behind. Looking at high implied total here as well. I think you have to look at Washington as a GPP stat. All right, let's end it out. Let's go to defense. Obviously, we have, just in the sake of argument, we have Miami defense. Hold on, let me just make sure I got Belvin Jordan. Whoops. Make sure I got him as my Belvin Jordan. All right, let's go to defense. I mean, the obvious play is the Dolphins. I really feel like I wouldn't play the Dolphins just because they're playing Washington. They're gonna be fighting. It could be a game where you're gonna pay up for them and get burnt. They're not expensive, but still, it just seems like this is a play where they're more likely they're not gonna be optimal. But in the sense of defense wise, in cash, I think you still have to look at them in cash. You still have to look at the Dolphins in cash. GPP stream. Pat said Chargers defense versus a depleted New England offense. Yeah, you're right about that. Let me see. Patriots, Chargers.
Daddy? Will you say throw up?
Luke threw up?
Yes.
Did you clean him? No. No. Why not?
Because.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna fade on Chargers. Am I gonna fade on Chargers? I mean, I think Chargers still a cash spot because they're priced up. They're the highest priced team. They're 4,000 on Draftkings, 46 on FanDuel. So that's an obvious cash spot for the Chargers defense. Then you gotta put them up there in cash. Those Chargers. I like the Colts defense. I feel like they got a lot of room. Yeah, I like the Colts defense. Tennessee, it says taking average 3.4 sacks a game. Olivia, close the door, please. So as you can see, the last 3 games they had 26 against Carolina, 16 against New England, 11 against Tampa. Going against Tennessee, in which opposing defenses are averaging 7.9 fantasy points against them. They've been playing better at win away. They had a 26 and 16 fantasy point game. Carolina and New England are both away games. So they're averaging around 12 fantasy points away in the last 5 games. Averaging 3.3 sacks a game. I like this spot for the Colts. How much are the Colts? 3,200. I like the value here for the Colts. I don't really see anybody other than Henry, but that's the thing. Like Henry is if he gets it going right, and then more likely if he doesn't get the game, doesn't get the offense going, the Colts defense is going to definitely flourish in this spot here. So I like Colts defense at 3,200. Do we have anybody for low value? Like a punt play, for instance. Rams against the Browns. That could be a spot. How much is the Rams? 3,700. I mean, with Joe Flacco in play, this could be a spot for the Rams. For Joe Flacco. I mean, things could change, but maybe not. Maybe they can't get the offense going. I like the Rams. Rams is in the air for me, but I like Rams. I'm gonna go Rams. It's just that, like you said, like we're looking at Joe Flacco. I don't know when the last time Joe Flacco threw the ball. Joe Flacco. Last time he played was 2022 against Miami. 149 yards. I think he was a backup that game. Joe Flacco, man. Who would have known? Joe Flacco. Because he got Dorian. I forgot about Thompson. He had a concussion. Flacco, 38-year-old quarterback, man. He hasn't played good since 2018. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a good Joe Sacco. Joe Sacco. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one, man. That's funny as hell. Joe Sacco, he's stupid. Like that. I think the Rams is definitely in play for that. Is there any punt plays for defense? Arizona against Pittsburgh. Maybe. Falcons against the Jets. No. Falcons against the Jets. The Texans against Denver. I'm trying to find some low value. The Lions against the Saints. I think I like the Lions too. Yeah, I was looking at the Texans. I like the Texans too. Is it like Cardinals against the Pittsburgh? 2,900. And we wasn't talking about Pittsburgh all game. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we talked about disregard that. Yeah, we talked about Jaden Warren. Warren should be a factor in this game. I guess Eagles defense, maybe. I don't know, but nah, I guess not. I think we should be a good spot. I like Colts for 32. Lions against the Saints. Buccaneers against Carolina. That could be a spot. I can't trust Carolina, obviously. Maybe Carolina defense? 25. That's funny. Nah, definitely not. Nope. Leave that alone. Texans, 3,300 for the Texans against Denver. I see potential in Denver. But then again, 3,300. I'd rather pay up. I'd rather pay down, right? I think 3,300. I'd rather pay down to Colts 3,200. I think I like the Colts. I think the Colts to me is the best play. I mean, Lions is not bad. 3,000. Got Commanders against Miami. I'm gonna just say value Detroit, only because they're 3,000. I'm gonna just leave it alone. All right, so yeah, we got our stack. What y'all think? We gonna get into the lineup construction, so we can throw a good lineup in. All right, here we go. Transform. All right. Let's do a Draftkings lineup. Did I even highlight anything? Okay. Let's go lineup optimizer. Okay, so they threw in Tua. It's a Tua line, so let's throw a Tua line in. We got Tua, we got Warren, Rashad White, Cortland Sutton, Ayuk, Thielen, Hunter Henry, David Njoku, Dolphins. Not bad, but I don't like the way it's constructed. Let's go ahead and just do a 49er stack. So this is what I'm going to do anyway. So I'm going to do my 49ers. We're going to do Purdy, Rashad White. Let's lock them in there. Lock. Rashad White, lock. Ayuk, lock. Let's put in Kittle, lock. Alright, and then let's go ahead and generate another lineup with those guys in it. So we have Purdy, Singletary, Rashad White, Adam Thielen, Sutton, A.T. Perry, like we talked about. Oh yeah. Let's take him out. Let's go ahead and put my guy Deutsch. He is our gem play, so let me go ahead and lock him in there. Alright, let's go ahead and generate another one again. I don't like Najee Harris. Let's generate another one. Purdy. Why I got guys I didn't like? Okay, so we got Rashad White, Zach Moss that we talked about. He's gonna be chalky, but I think I'm gonna pay up for Singletary. Great those Steelers defense. I'm gonna go Colts just for the video. I like Colts. Great Deutsch. I'm gonna put Deutsch in my receiver core because I need to use a different flex. So Deutsch. I'm not really sold on Thielen. I just feel like, man, I like Thielen, but man, I don't know. I like Cortland Sutton, John Dodson. Man, I feel like Adam Thielen gonna burn me, but let's for the video. I think I gotta play Thielen. How many got left? 4,000 left. Yeah, we can't even play. Oh yeah, sorry, I had the wrong player in flex. Let's move this flex. We got Jordan. We can put Jordan in there for 2,500. That opens up a little bit. So put Jordan there. Kittle, Colts, Young Deutsch, Adam Thielen. We can move up to say Monra. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's a lock. So Brock Purdy, White, Singletary, Sam Monra, Brown, Deutsch, Yuck, Kittle, Joe. I love that a lot. Colts defense. Yeah, I like that. Let's lock that one. Let's save that one, and we could change the defense. Who can we swap with? I can't do Rams. Maybe Houston. Let's just go ahead and let's just save it. Might as well save it in there. Who else can we put in there? I mean, we got AJ Brown. I mean, he obviously could be a factor on the opposite side. So let's go ahead and plug him in and save this lineup with AJ Brown. Like that a lot too. We could swap out, put Colts back in there. Anybody else we can move up from AJ Brown? Let's see. Let's do one with Tyreek. We could fit a Tyreek in there. Let's see. We got Tyreek in there. Let's throw this. We could do this. We can do this. Panthers defense. Patriots defense. Who are they playing? Chargers? I mean, just for the sake of, the Chargers. Panthers. I wouldn't be surprised if Panthers do. But then again, I think Rashad White's gonna go off. You got the Patriots got a 100% against the Chargers. Might as well try it out, see what happens, right? All right, so let's go ahead and plug him in there. Let's see anybody I like on the running back side. Jalen Warren, 5,400. Singletary. Just for the sake of video, we could swap out. Let's swap out Rashad White. That opens up the offense a little. Opens up the defense a little more. And it fits the Colts defense. It fits. I like that. We can save that in there. Let's go ahead and plug in Houston. Save. I like all those. I think it's doable. It shows that it's doable. We could have a Tyreek Hill line. And Zach's not strong this week. Sounds like that lineup. Thanks, Pat. I think these are good lineups right here. We stacked up. Yeah, all those lineups. I think we did 5 lineups. Let me look at 2 of the saved lineups. How many lineups did I do? I think it was 5. Oh, 6. We did 6 lineups. The highest implied one was the middle one, 118.5. That was Purdy, Jalen Warren. That was the last one we just did. We did Purdy, Warren, Singletary, Tyreek Hill, Deutsch, Yuck, Kittle, Brevin Jordan, Colts. That's the highest implied one right there. So that's a good one right there. We have in place. You could, like I said, you could export it and put it in your Draftkings platform. Let's go ahead and do FanDuel. All right, let's go ahead and do another Brock Purdy line. All right, let's lock him in there. Let's do another one. And it does open up. Like I said, I could still put in Zach Moss. Like we still had enough value in running back where you could put a Zach Moss in your lineup on Draftkings. So it made me more intrigued doing that. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Let me see what opens up if we put. Alright, let's do the same lineup again. Let's instead do a Zach Moss. Where I want to put Zach Moss at is the question. Zach Moss. Opens up $1,000, so let's see if we can open up from defense. I mean, it opens up Dolphins defense. Let's save that line. Let's see how much is that. If I save lineups, how much is that total projection? Oh, that's the highest implied. That's the highest one. That gave us 121 projected points. So that ended up being the highest one doing that. So that's not bad. I will have a lineup like that. Alright, and let's go to FanDuel. Let's see what we could craft up there. Lineup construction. Brock Purdy, Jalen Warren. He's cheap on FanDuel. Rashid White, Thielen, McLaurin. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take McLaurin out of there. Torch is only 5,200. He's cheap. Okay. And Cortland Sutton. Let's do. I mean, I could put Tank Dell there. Oh, never mind. I could put. I forgot about Kittle. Forgot about Jordan. He's cheap. How much is that left? Oh, we got a lot of money left over. Let's take away Thielen. Same mind, bro. Oh, I love that a lot. I like this. Brock Purdy, Jalen Warren, Rashad White, Amara St. Brown, Greg Dortch, Brandon Yuck, Brevin Jordan, George Kittle, and Colts. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. And I mean, still got a lot of value on defense. You could go all the way down. Rams against. Let's do Rams. It opens up tight ends. Hold on, let me put Kittle there real quick. Kittle. Alright, what does it open it up? What does it give me? Hunter Henry is in play. I mean, I like Hunter Henry. I think he's a good spot against the Chargers. I like that lineup. Let's open up some more different running backs. We got Singletary in good spot at 7,000. Yeah, it seems like Brevin Jordan is getting no love. I'm not sure if he's not in a good. I mean, he's in a good spot against Denver. He's getting no love though. Let's see if we can upgrade quarterbacks. We could put Tua in there. Throw Tua in there. Nice little one-off on Tua. I like that one. Purdy. I mean, you could put a CJ Stroud in there if you want to do a CJ Stroud. You could save him in there since we got, we got the Houston stack going on. I love Purdy though. I think Purdy's the spot right here. Singletary, Rashad White. Let me change it up. Let me do another one with a different running back here. Who's my running back? I like. It was. Can't even think. Oh yeah, Jalen Warren right there. Let's put him right there. And who do I need to take out? Oh, it's only 1,000. So let me take out Samon Brown. Cortland Sutton is not a bad. I like that a lot too. Love that line. We got Brock Purdy, Singletary, Rashad White, Sutton, Greg Dutch, Yuck Kittle, Jalen Warren, and Rams. I like that a lot. I like that lineup a lot. And we can also go down to like a Texans if you want to go Texans or whatever you want to do. But I like that a lot there. But as you can see, we made some good lineups on both platforms. Let me see what FanDuel's projected is the highest one. The highest one we had was the last one, 100.3. I like that lineup a lot. So these are the lineups, y'all. I appreciate everybody staying tuned with me. Hopefully catch big for the week of 13. But yo, like, share, follow me on Twitter or X or wherever you want to call it. I think we're doing good. So appreciate the love. Thanks, Pat, for staying tuned in the live chat room. And y'all be blessed, man. Talk to you soon. Peace.